Hello, my name is Fernando Ramos. Sorry for the conditions, but I had to pull this together in my current situation. I'm the team leader for Team 16. Our project is low-cost buoys. So our project consists of partnering with the Institute of Environment to help them in innovating a lower cost solution for the research buoys. The research buoys are used to measure certain important parameters in the waters around the Miami Bay, things such as pH, temperature, salinity, and many other important factors. The problem with these buoys is that they're incredibly expensive. Each one costs roughly about 50 grand to set up, and they're extremely large, they're very heavy, and they require a lot of maintenance. So working with Dr. Bogosian, we found that the team needed a way to be able to bring down the cost of these buoys without having to compromise the data that is being collected by them. This is still very important data that the Institute needs to collect in order to be able to assess the current situation in the Miami Bay, be able to assess how to best preserve the environment, and even potentially look out for things like red tide that could be a problem. So our project is very marketable because if we can make a buoy that can really collect all this information and bring down the cost to under $1,000, we can get a lot more buoys out there. There's a lot more of important waterways that need monitoring near Miami, things like the Haulover rivers and Hollywood Beach and many other places. So our main objective for sure is bringing down the cost, but our other objectives also include ensuring that the device is very user-friendly, very easy to maintain, it's safe to use, and also safe for the environment, and also is able to provide in the moment real-time data that can easily be collected and analyzed by the Institute of the Environment. So I will pass it on to my next team member now so that they can talk more about the project and get you guys excited to invest in this amazing opportunity.
Hi, my name is Daniel Cabral, and I will be talking about our intended users, uses, and background. Our intended users of the low-cost buoy are oceanographers, environmentalists, marine biologists, pretty much anybody who studies and tracks marine life and environment. We also have maritime professionals. For example, in aquaculture, our buoys will be capable of measuring water salinity and temperature to help the farmers adapt and respond to climate events even better. Our intended uses of the low-cost buoy are to track pH levels, temperature, conductivity, dissolved oxygen, turbidity, etc. For our background, we analyzed 3 other projects to help develop with the development of our low-cost buoy. The projects I analyzed were the buoy system for monitoring shallow marine environments, number 2, oceanographic multi-sensor buoy, and number 3, low-cost weather buoy. The buoy for monitoring shallow marine environments offers live data tracking from the sensors and sends it to a base station for research. All these components inside the buoy must be capable of handling marine environments. However, this buoy tracks air temperature and pressure as well as atmospheric pressure. We are offering and creating a device for water analysis. The second project we analyzed contains sensors used for monitoring aquatic environments. However, it also records meteorological measurements. Although this information is very valuable, our goal is to make a low-cost water buoy. Additional meteorological analysis will require more sensors and more power draw from the buoy, raising the cost of the device substantially. Our goal and our intentions is to measure as much water data analysis as possible at the lowest cost. This would not be possible if we also collected atmospheric levels. Just like our device, these projects offer data collection which will be stored remotely in a database. However, we are implementing an alert which will notify the users when the levels go outside of the parameters.
Hello, my name is Juan Ramirez. I will be covering the intellectual property part of our presentation. We will be discussing essential patents which are related to our project. These patents included red tide monitoring and early warning system, as well as a long-term online ocean water quality device and controllable buoy and buoy system. The first patent that I want to discuss is the red tide monitoring and early warning system. Although the designs do share the same purpose, we want to create a low-cost buoy which makes use of low-cost sensors. In the design material will also look to minimize the cost on the manufacturing and be easy to maintain for the future. However, the patent looks to include various other specialized tools such as a driving device, GPR positioning device for the user to move the device from one place to the other depending on where the desired area lies. For the second patent, it is a long-term online ocean water quality device. Again, their main patent claim is on their design and their sensors. They have a sensor called the XO2, which includes a variety of sensors. They also have a ultraviolet lamp, a ultrasonic cleaner machine, as well as a sampling pool where they use a pump and a drainage system. All these components are extra components which again look to make an optimal device for their respective purposes. However, we want to create a low-cost buoy water quality device where we want to minimize the cost in either sensors or materials or any other components within the buoy to create a low-cost buoy that can be tethered and deployed in shallow freshwater and marine coastal environments. Taking a look at both patents, our designs do serve the same purpose of water quality monitoring. However, our designs vary in that we want to minimize the cost in all aspects of the design, and so our design will not be infringing on any of the patents.
Hello everyone, my name is Juan Nunez. This section is about ethical considerations. To be able to understand this section, let's try to answer these three questions. What are our intentions? Well, we want to create a low-cost water buoy. What are the side effects of this creation? Well, we hope by creating a low-cost water buoy, the scientists and other people will buy these buoys and they'll be able to collect more data. And hopefully they could make better decisions based on that data. What are our values? We value integrity, selfless service, global duty, and inspiration. We want to inspire other people to do the same and try to improve our society and hopefully also our planet. This is our first dilemma that we have here. How should we power our device? Should we use batteries? Should we try to implement a solar panel even though it is more difficult? Well, based on our vision of the product, we definitely should implement a solar panel. This way, once we introduce a solar panel, this will allow us to get clean energy to support our device. Our next dilemma is environmentally friendly materials. Should we use them even though they're more expensive? Aren't we trying to reduce the cost of our water buoy? Well, based on our vision of the product, we do not want to sacrifice the environmentally aspect of the device, since we are actually trying to improve the environment, so that wouldn't make sense according to our values. And thus, if we have to, we'll be sacrificing costs. This is related to our next dilemma, is that should we choose quality over cost, or should we choose cost over quality? Or there should be a balance between them? Well, as long as we meet our quality standards, so our sensor data is good enough, it is good for us to reduce the cost because it will be more beneficial over the long term. of this product, since more people will be able to buy it and produce more data. Thank you. Now, my colleague will continue.
Hey guys, my name is Johan Garcia. I will be talking to you guys about the final section of this project, and the final section is the final concept. For the final concept, we're looking to develop a low-cost buoy. For the low-cost buoy, we're going to be showing you three options. For the first option, it's to design a very low-cost, simple design, very easy to get in there. We're going to be using solar panels, old, and I say old because we could use available sensors that have been previously worked on. Some disadvantages to this could be the climate. Climate's a big one just because of the winds, the waves. Also because it's a small design, we have restrictions of getting in there for the components. Communication can also be disrupted. And for this first option, we decided not to use battery, which could give us a disadvantage of not being able to use it at night. For the second option consists of a bigger structure. This bigger structure will give us a low maintenance just because it's bigger. We can get in there to do the work. There's going to be updated electronics. We're going to use new sensors. And this time we will implement the battery. As seen here, you see the advantages and disadvantages. For the disadvantage, same thing as the previous one with the weather. The buoy could be compromised just because, again, the waves, the winds, depending on there's thunderstorms. Communication can also be disrupted, as stated before. The oversize of it, the bulky, it's difficult to transport, it's too big, could be higher cost because of the sensors and electronics as well. And it could take more time to develop. For the third option, which I believe will be the best option, is going to be very low cost. We're going to use both solar and battery. Use nothing really new, just the fact that it's going to be smaller, easier sensors to use. We're going to be using also an underwater camera for this one, and it would be easier transport and take less time to do it. And as you can see, the advantages for this option outweighs the disadvantages for it. So as a conclusion, this third option will be the best one. As you can see here, here's a very early premature design of it. It will be the most simple and cost-effective design in terms of low risk in time, money, and energy. And as stated from the previous members, this is the review. We went over the problem statement, the objectives, intended users, and uses, background, intellectual property, and ethical considerations, and the final concept. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. Have a good day.